Hey gang, love that you clicked on this video today. I am showing you how I get these elongated curls, how I like to show off my length, especially when I'm wearing wash and goes. But before we get into any other tips, the first step is to make sure that you're applying that leave-in on before you leave the shower. I like to have my hair in 4 sections and I twist it up and then put my scrunchie around it. This already helps with keeping your hair stretched instead of letting it just dry freely on its own, because once it starts drying, you're already getting some of that shrinkage and we don't want any of that. Another important part, making sure that you are detangling from your roots. I mean, of course, your whole head should be detangled, but making sure your roots are as flat as possible, and that's really where your concentration is going to be. You want a stretched look, and when you are trying to show off your length with a curly hairstyle like a wash and go. And on top of my leave-in, I am going to use a styling cream. One of my favorites right now, y'all, this Melanin Shea Butter by Natural 85. Again, we're focusing on the roots. Of course, you want to make sure all of your hair is equally coated with whatever styling cream you are using, or if you're just going straight in with your gel after your leave-in, that's fine too. I like to do that too. I'm using one of my heavier gels, which is the Extreme Wet Line Gel. Really great at snatching your curls up. This is like my go-to if I'm going for a stretched look, even though there's a lot of products that can still give you a stretched look. A heavy gel is going to work in your favor. And then I just do some slight shingling. I don't curl the ends with my finger, because when you start manipulating your curl, you're gonna get a curlier effect. Yes, you still want curls when you're doing the elongated look, but if length is your priority, you're not going to create a curl like wrapping your hair around your finger, because ultimately, if you're making your hair curlier, it's going to look shorter. And what did you click on this video for? We're going for an elongated look, so just give your hair the chance to curl on its own once it dries. Even when I had heat damage, I still used this method and my hair still got curlier when it was dry versus when it was wet. So even if it's looking straight, that's kind of the goal when it's wet and when you're applying these products, because you're trying to show off your length. That's what I do all throughout my head. I like to work in small sections. The smaller the sections, the better, because you're able to get to more hairs when you work this way. Before I go to the next section, I apply a little bit more gel on that root just to make sure that it is straight and it's laid down. That's gonna help you before you even get the blow dryer to stretch it. We are gonna get to that part, but before we do, I do want to talk about what type of tool you are using when you are doing your wash and go. So this is the type of brush that I use now. I used to use a different brush. The pink brush is more like a denim brush, and a denim brush is supposed to help you with curling your hair and creating that curl pattern. And like I said earlier, when your hair is curlier, it's going to look shorter. So I stopped using that brush for my wash and goes. I got this flatter brush. One, it's more focused on detangling than trying to help me create a curl pattern, and two, it's flat, so I'm able to get to my roots. With the curled brush, it's harder to get to your root and actually brush down without brushing other sections of your hair. Then once I'm completely done, I know some people have a strong stance on whether they should air dry, if they diffuse, if they sit under a hooded dryer. I have no preference whatsoever. I think on this particular day, I just let it air dry. I think I actually went outside because it was so hot, and my hair here is like 90% dry. My roots still had some clumps of wetness, some clumps of product still trying to do its thing, but I decided to just go ahead and stretch. I don't recommend stretching while your hair is really wet. At least let your hair, like where I'm holding it at, let that be dry, which my hair is dry right there, so I felt comfortable enough to go ahead and stretch it. But if you stretch it while it's wet, after you're done stretching it and it continues to dry, it's just going to shrink up again. Usually what I do is wait till the next day to stretch it, because my stretch lasts longer when my hair is 100% dry. I do have a more detailed video on how I stretch my hair. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know what other videos you want to see. Definitely follow me on the gram, and if you came from the gram to watch this video, shout out to you. And until next time, I'll see y'all later.